So the thing which we are talking about today is that I'll just like get you the lead that what are few of the most underrated comedy films, right? And why do you think they are? Uh, I think we can expand it beyond languages if you want to. But I mean, we will try to stay a little mainstream. Uh, uh, Even if you want to go ahead across languages which are not mainstream, you are as much as welcome. That's not a problem at all. But let us know also your thoughts and why it is about that. We'll have fun discussing all this. Uh, so yeah, whoever wants to go ahead, yeah, please go ahead. I'll mute myself if needed. Yeah, Shivam. Like I said, you need not wait. Just keep on raising your hands. Whoever wants to go next, keep on raising your hands. Make sure for the first round, now make sure we talk about just one film. If we have time again, we'll come back in a round robin fashion to talk about more films, right? So that just to ensure that everyone gets a chance. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
hi
Shivam.
everyone.
Yeah, sure.
So I think I have been away for a very long time because I've been busy watching movies a lot these days and watching series and giving reviews out there. So let's talk about the movie, which I feel is very. People might judge me, but there's a story related to it. I watched this movie a long time ago, very long time ago. Then I watched this show called House of Terror or House of Death, Burari Case, right? And I watched that on Netflix. And after that, so I watched it with my cousins and everyone, and everyone was scared at that time. So we had to watch something fun at that time to process it and something like that. So that's why I watched this movie called Joker, which is Akshay Kumar's movie, right? And damn, it is crazy. It's literally a very crazy. It's I don't know. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't talk about it. It's like a Tis Mar Khan kind of a thing. But I love that movie, and I am generally into English movies, but these are some Bollywood gems which I think people don't know about or people should actually explore. Joker is one of the, I think, brain rot, if we call it. It's like that, and it's very funny. It's very funny at some moments. Some dialogues are very funny. Some how to say that? Some physical comedy is very funny in that. And then as there are some moments which I sometimes recall and laugh about, right? So if people have not watched it, I'm not talking about Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I'm talking about Akshay Kumar's one. So do watch it. It's really good. And I would suggest, if you are you watch it after a horror movie, that will give you another flair in that. Yeah.
That clarification was so needed that you're not talking about Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Because that is a very different sort of a comedy altogether. So that can also be classified as a comedy, but a very different sort of a comedy. I mean, just joking around Joker. No, Vittal, I did not plan this pun. It just came out impromptu.
मैं तो बस सपोर्ट कर रहा था बाकी इट वाज गुड क्रेजी मैन
um, Anyone else? Thank you, Shivam. Thank you for mentioning out that. Uh, yeah, anyone else who would like to go give it people a joke? Pankaj, please.
I'd like to go, but I don't know. Underrated. It's not very underrated.
Hey, your
Maybe
audio
I'd
is a
say.
little unclear, Pankaj.
Uh, just a minute. Microphone.
अब ठीक है
I can come back in like.
अब ठीक है अब ठीक है
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
So for me, it would be if I had to recommend someone, uh, comedy would probably be Telly Valley. Matlab, it was my first movie in the theaters, and with a group of like 15 people. And I still remember we were thinking that there will be an interval, and many people were not very comfortable at that point of time, and they were like waiting that there'll be interval and they'll leave. But we were like the boys gang with, and we had loads of fun. I can't even because I think so. It wasn't like Sacred Games was a tectonic shift kind of a thing for web series at that time. Delhi Belly was kind of like it created a different shift in the entire cinema category because I don't think so. I'd seen any movie where anyone would at least swear on anyone. So that was only limited till roadies, I guess. I'm not attacking anyone here, but uh, I guess my internet is wonky. Am I audible?
थोड़ा बीच में चला जा रहा था. बोलो बोलो.
Okay.
No problem.
Acha, I can come back after some time.
अच्छा अच्छा, okay okay. Whenever you are comfortable, no worries. Guys, Pankaj is done. I'm not going to call out names. मुझे बंद करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो तुम लोग अपने से उठाओगे नहीं अपना हाथ देख के. ये देखो वो she's lost somewhere in the screen waiting to be called out as Vandana. कि Vandana, you are the next. देखा. Yeah, come on guys. That is why the teacher needs to go. You're on mute, Vandana. If you're
Okay, I
speaking.
will start.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm,
I'm very judgy with people who watch like kuch bhi bakwas. But there are some movies की मुझे लगता है नहीं यार, one time watch तो है ये. मतलब मुझे लगता है इसके बाद कि मैंने क्या देखा, लेकिन फिर भी ठीक है, एक बार तो देख ही सकता है, इतना मजा तो आ ही गया है. सो मुबारका मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी थी. लाइक एक्चुअली वो अच्छी थी. वन टाइम वॉच तो थी वो. अर्जुन कपूर की एक लौती ऐसी पिक्चर जो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि ठीक, एक्टिंग तो उसमें बकवास ही थी उसकी, लेकिन ठीक है. उसके डायलॉग्स अच्छे थे. मुझे उसमें इलिना डिक्रूज बहुत अच्छी लगी थी. उसका जो डायलॉग डिलीवरी एंड एवरीथिंग था, अच्छा था वो. एंड अनिल कपूर वाज अ गुड एडिशन इन दैट मूवी. उसके बाद मैंने लिस्ट बनाई है गाइस. मैं आज ऑफिस में फ्री थी, मैंने लिस्ट बनाई. अम, तो अदिति तुम कब जाओगे? मुझे पता नहीं अंडररेटेड है या सबने देखी है, बिकॉज ये स्टार गोल्ड पे तो एवरी संडे आती थी ये. बट मुझे अच्छी लगती थी, मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती थी. उसमें लाइक अच्छा कैरेक्टर था. बाद में भले इमोशनल कर दिया था थोड़ा, बट इट वॉज अ गुड मूवी. ऐसा सही में लग रहा था कि हाँ यार ऐसा तो होता है. देन मुझे स्टाइल, मैं उसी से शर्मन जोशी को जानती हूँ. लाइक लोग गोलमाल से जानते हैं, मैं स्टाइल से जानती हूँ. एंड मुझे वो उसका सॉन्ग बहुत अच्छा लगता था. अपन बोला तू मेरी लैला. मैं बोली फेंकता है साला. नहीं, सॉरी, दैट इज नॉट द सॉन्ग.
Yeah,
अरे
wait to
यार.
say, वो अलग मूवी का गाना है.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
हाँ हाँ
The
that is
song is
Josh.
Excuse Me,
Yeah, the
Carrie.
song
हाँ
is
हाँ
Excuse
हाँ
Me.
हाँ हाँ, एक्सक्यूज मी. वो सॉन्ग मुझे मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था. एंड द वे वो हैंडशेक करते थे, वो एंड उसका दोस्त, वो ऐसे हैंडशेक नहीं करते थे, वो लेग शेक करते थे. सो ऐसे ऐसे आगे जाते थे वो लोग, और फिर वैसे लेग शेक करते थे. आई डोंट नो व्हाट वाज दैट, बट वो फिर बाद में वो भी सीरियस हो गया था, ऐसे कुछ हॉरर मूवी हो गया था. हॉरर तो नहीं, कुछ सीरियस हो गया था, बट अच्छा था. एंड उसके बाद आई एम सॉरी बट सुनना पड़ेगा तुम लोग को, मैंने लिस्ट बनाई है.
तो कोई नहीं, हम लोग बाद में आते हैं सेकंड राउंड में. हम लोग सेकंड राउंड में आते हैं बाद में, क्योंकि
दिस
बाकी सब
इज,
लोग,
ये गलत बात है.
बाकी सब लोग का भी सुन लेते हैं एक एक. ठीक है.
नहीं, अच्छा, लास्ट लास्ट, दीवाने हुए पागल. दिस इज ऑल्सो गुड मूवी. लाइक वन टाइम वॉच तो है ही वो. वो पता नहीं वो चार लोग एक ही वो रिमी सेन के पीछे क्यों पड़े हैं, बट अच्छा था, मजा आया. वो उसमें कुत्ते का नाम कुछ बड़ा सा होता है, इसका जो मतलब कुछ तो है वो. देखो तुम लोग जाके, अच्छी मूवी है. हो गया.
I've seen. It's a nice film. It's a nice, like, yeah, it's actually one of those underrated performances. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you for sharing all those with so much enthusiasm. Love the energy. हाँ, again, Sir Mister. Guys, please, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, there is this movie called Ready. सलमान खान की है. वो मुझे बहुत ही मस्त. मुझे नहीं पता that is underrated or not, but I really enjoyed it, especially परेश रावल and सलमान खान की जो वो मामा भतीजा वो जोड़ी, that thing goes on, that is really fun. And वो ढिंका चिका song is something I really enjoy also. So yeah, that is one movie. Another one is Sing is King. अक्षय कुमार की है, तो that is like I don't know how many times I've watched that. Like वो movie ये है, कोई तो चैनल था जिसपे बहुत आता था that movie, तो I used to watch it. And Om Puri, he is hilarious. So that one, yeah, these two for now.
Nice, nice. सब लोग एकदम ऐसे पिटारे खोल खोल के लेके आ रहे हैं एकदम मूवीज. हाँ समर, प्लीज.
Yeah. So one of the top underrated movies for me would be Awara Pagal Deewana.
Yes.
Guru Gulab Khatri. It is funny है यार. मतलब उसमें सब funny थे. मतलब क्या ही पिक्चर थी. दूसरी I don't know, can Shivaji the Boss be a comedy film? Can it? मैं तो काफी हंसता हूँ देख करके.
आई थिंक उसको कॉमेडी सेटबैक्स बना देता है. आई मीन वो कॉमेडी फिल्म है ही नहीं, बट वो सेटबैक्स का इफेक्ट है कि सेटबैक्स उसको इतना खराब. शिवाजी द बॉस रजनीकांत वाली ना.
हाँ.
Yes.
रजनीकांत फिल्म
It's a
राइट.
comedy film only.
Yes, yes.
यस रजनीकांत. नहीं वो जो चलते रहते और पीछे सब ऐसे डेवलप होता रहता, मतलब ऐसा तो आज तक नहीं हो रहा कहीं.
मतलब मुझे ज्यादा देखने की हिम्मत नहीं हुई. एक बार कभी चल गया था सामने. आई हैव हर्ड अबाउट द फिल्म अ लॉट, बट थोड़ा सा ही 5-7 मिनट का ही देखा था.
Yeah.
उसमें जो होना था मेरा हो गया था. सो आई वाज लाइक थैंक यू, आई एम डन.
And what I think Vandana mentioned about अतिथि तुम कब जाओगे.
हाँ, that's
Great
actually
fun.
very
मतलब
very
वो मूवी
underrated
मेरे को
comedy.
अभी भी याद है.
Yeah.
You kind of made me remember. अभी भी मेरे को याद है क्या वो मतलब उस क्या सीन था उसमें. और the second गोलमाल I feel is the best गोलमाल movie.
विच सेकंड गोलमाल, करीना कपूर वाला.
हाँ, करीना कपूर वाला. I
करीना
really
कपूर
enjoyed.
की भी दो है
हाँ,
एक्चुअली.
मतलब तो
अरे
जिसमें
बट
वो वाइफ बनी है
उसमें
अजय
वाइफ
देवगन.
वो एकता
अजय
कपूर
देवगन.
वाला जो सीन है उसमें.
Yeah. अरे जो that sequence in the movie where
तो गोलमाल
Ajay
रिटर्न्स की
Devgan
बात
is
कर रहे हो
just
ना.
हाँ गोलमाल रिटर्न्स.
The name of the film is गोलमाल रिटर्न्स. हाँ,
गोलमाल
because
रिटर्न्स.
गोलमाल रिटर्न्स, गोलमाल 3.
Yeah. And then उसमें जो सीन है where Ajay Devgan is just stringing out the dialogues with his movie names. And then श्रेयस चल पड़ेगा कैरेक्टर उधर पीछे बोलता है कैश राजू चाचा अभी बची है. Yeah. So that was a really fun movie.
उसी में तो वो डायलॉग है, मुझे जाना पड़ेगा, मुझे जाना पड़ेगा. दैट इज सो नाइस. सो
फ्रेंड
व्हेनेवर
मरा हुआ कि पैदा हुआ है.
सो दिस इज अ जोक. जब भी मेरे एक्चुअली वी हैव लैंडलाइन इन अवर सर्विस स्टेशन, तो ऐसे जब भी सर कॉल करते हैं बुलाते हैं तो वी आर लाइक मुझे जाना पड़ेगा, मुझे जाना पड़ेगा. सबको सिखा के रखा है मैंने. सब बोलते हैं.
I think that is exactly how movies become a part of our daily lives also, huh? That's a very good instance of how it happens. But yeah, thank you, Samar. I think we can move on to Shivam. हाँ Shivam, Gupta. Sorry. I just saw there were two Shivam. So sorry. Gupta.
No, I think Vatyani is the one who first raised hand, so he can go first.
कर लो कोई भी. मेरे स्क्रीन में आप पहले, उसके बाद पंकज, उसके बाद मत्यानी.
I can take it if the other one does not want to,
Sure,
honestly.
please namesakes, please sort it.
Cool. Okay, so I got two movies. First one is Jana Tu Jane Na.
Okay.
That I believe is not underrated, but it's like something I should mention. Like pretty good movie, very funny, funny as hell. Okay, that everyone knows. Second is Bol Bachchan. Has anyone seen Bol Bachchan? अभिषेक अभिषेक एंड देवगन भाई साहब कितनी फनी होते हैं इसमें.
Yes. Oh, good.
Also Devgan, I think Ajay Devgan might be क्या कहते हैं the funniest in that movie. All like Golmaal is nice and everything, but like that movie, oh, very funny. So like those two movies are my picks for underrated gems. One of them is of course very famous. The other one should be famous. Okay, that is my piece for this whole meeting. Thank you.
Nice, nice. इसके बाद कौन?
शिवम गुप्ता ना.
चलो गुप्ता जी.
Yeah, I can go again. थोड़ा सा मतलब I want to talk about English movies also, but
हाँ, sure.
एक underrated gem. I don't know, a lot of people have seen it, but I love chaos comedy a lot. It's a genre which is very famous, and उसमें एक movie है भागम भाग,
Oh,
and that is
English
मतलब
comedy.
a lot of people have not seen it. I would recommend a lot of people कि वो जाके
yeah.
देखें उसको एक बार. It's
भागम भाग नहीं
crazy.
देखा है. A lot of people.
कई लोगों
Really?
कई कई लोगों ने नहीं देखा, मतलब पीपल हैव टॉक टू, उन्होंने दे
I
आर इनटू इंग्लिश
अब अर्णव
मूवीज.
ने गाना बजाया तो उनको
हाँ
ये
वही
देखा ही
मतलब
होगा.
I was sure that we are not going to talk about the Priyadarshan comedies because the Priyadarshan comedies are the most popular ones generally.
Yeah.
In general,
Exactly, that is why I was also shocked, but there are a lot of people who have not seen Bhagam
oh
Bhag.
wow. I mean, this
So
is news to
yeah.
me. I mean,
Yeah. That's news in Bangalore. So people are like that. And then there is this English movie which I would recommend is Dumb and Dumber. It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
Yes.
It's a nature
Jim
Avajendra.
Carrey.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a Jim Carrey. It's a very amazing movie. A lot of people have seen it, and a lot of people talk about it. Like the references of the movie are brilliant. The comic timing is brilliant. The plot is also very good in that sense. The way they have made it in comic sense. So that is also something which people should watch. It's really good. Yeah.
You know how I came to know about that film? I mean, I've seen many of the Jim Carrey films, but somehow I haven't seen Dumb and Dumber. And yes, there is this Coffee with Karan episode where he invites Madhuri and Juhi Chawla. And in one of the questions, he asks, would you like to see an Indian uh, remake of Dumb and Dumber? I think she said Arjun Kapoor and Ranveer Singh, probably. Or someone like that mentioned. But that's how I came to know the film, that there is this film called Dumb and Dumber. Then I went and heard and looked many years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film,
Yeah, yeah.
and from the writing perspective, from everything, from a direction perspective, everything, plot, it just hits. The second part is not that good, but it's a kind of a sequel, so that's how sequels are. So, but the first part is really good. It's
Uh,
it's really amazing.
Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta say that second one was my favorite one.
Okay.
I
It
love the
was my
second one
perspective, I think.
more. I like
Yeah.
because I saw the second one first and then the first one. So
And so
that's
that is
why.
a mistake.
That's why.
That
Basically,
is a
the
That
mistake.
is
first
how
part.
I was introduced. But yes.
Yeah. So while we are at it, there's one more movie. I think a lot of people might have seen it. Ted. Ted is something which
Yeah.
people should watch. It's also a very funny movie, very realistically funny movie. The way they have made the dialogues, and we all know who has given the voice of Ted. So it's really good. If people have not watched it, it's something which should be in the watch list. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yes, Ted with Teddy Bear only. You,
Yeah.
you should watch it. It's much more of a movie which you should watch when you are either
I have
drunk.
watched it. I don't think I found it funny.
What?
कोई नहीं मेरे
No,
को
Ted.
जल्दी से कुछ फन लगता भी नहीं है पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम है.
But
Personal
no,
pro.
it's really good perspective. Yeah.
कोई नहीं. हाँ पंकज, I think Shivam is
Since
done.
I'm next, am I audible now?
हाँ,
I
audible.
hope
Yes.
Very
so.
clearly audible. हाँ.
So, like I was saying, Delhi Belly, I have something with comedy is that uh, I like those comedies जिसमें मुझे पता है कोई offend हो रहा है. Like not like I don't like जो सबको offend करती हो, but like the thing that started with I don't know the dictator Dictator,
Dictator.
right? I
Yeah.
know it's bad. I know it's like not even like how do I say it shouldn't be social. Not every people, not like not age group should sit together and watch it. But somehow I like it a lot. And all the like that whole actor is amazing. He does serious movies as well. He does comedies as well. Borat, I don't know, like how do I explain? It's like a guilty pleasure for me. So and in Hindi comedies, like same, I share that taste. Delhi Belly, Go Gone, very recently Madgaon Express. So like these are popular, so उतना नहीं बोलूंगा उन पे. But that's my like choice in comedy. Like I do enjoy all the other Priyadarshan movies or other Golmaal movies, but there's a different taste that I have towards these movies, and yeah, that's it. That's my taste in comedy.
Pankaj mentioned a movie called Borat. If people have not seen it, please do. First and second, both part
Yeah.
are crazy.
Sasha Baron Cohen.
I don't eat before watching these movies because if I know if I eat, I'll spill it out because for me they're damn too funny. So, uh, I don't know, food warning before you watch those movies. Who's next? I guess Himani is next.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. Like, there are few on my list. There is a South Indian movie of Dhanush and Kajol, VIP 2. Again, TV पे देखते देखते that movie came to me, and my brother suggested it. I was like, ये is a weird combination है. Like, why the hell is Kajol working in South, first of all? Like, वो match नहीं करता, aura matching नहीं होती मेरे दिमाग में. But when I watched it, it was like weirdly funny for me. Like, I have not explored South का genre, comedy का इतना. So I found it like really funny. It's a nice time pass movie to watch. Another one, it's a Gujarati movie called Chelo Divas. Many people might have heard of it, even watched it because it was very famous. Like in Gujarat, it was extremely famous. Like it became a cult sort of thing.
Yes, after that सारे actors famous हो गए थे उस movie के.
Yeah, Janki Bodiwala is in that
Yes,
movie.
yes.
If like just info, that movie उसका एक डायलॉग है, तू मैंने कॉफी क्या पिलाई. वो continuously बोलती रहती है. It's such a nice movie. The bunch of people are in college and it's all about college experience. The thing beauty is कि if you understand like even remotely understand Gujarati, वो सब कुछ बहुत funnier हो जाता है the way they say it. And it has again a great nostalgic value to the movie as well. So like do watch it. Like really do watch it. बहुत मजा आएगा. Like it's a fun watch. Then last movie, it's an English movie and I am not sure if it's underrated or overrated or any rated, but I really do want to bring it to the conversation. Is Mr. Bean's Holiday? How can we not talk about him if we are talking about comedy as a genre? Because हम सब बड़े हुए हैं उसको देखते हुए. We have watched mostly in cartoons, so nobody like talks about the movies portion of his acting. But yeah, that movie was so adorably funny. And एकदम हार्ट वार्मिंग मूवी थी. बहुत मजा आता है. स्पेशली आई एम नॉट श्योर, शायद मिस्टर बीन हॉलीडे में ही था मोस्टली वो सीन. दैट गाय उस वो पट्टी बांधा हुआ होता है या क्या होता है, एंड ही इज जस्ट बिल्डिंग से वो ट्रक पे आ रहा होता है. इफ समवन हैज वॉच्ड इट, वो लाइक ट्रक पे चढ़ जाता है, फिर गाड़ी पे चढ़ जाता है, वो ऐसे ऐसे करके नीचे जाता है. यू आर कंफ्यूज, ये हो क्या रहा है. बट it's really nice watch. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's
I want,
it.
I want to say something.
हम्म.
हिमानी ने वो मेंशन किया वो डायलॉग. उसमें वो जो कैरेक्टर है उसका नाम भी वंदना है.
Yes, oh.
ए मैंने बटे कॉफी क्यों मंगाई?
Oh my God,
And
एकदम
everyone
high
in
pitched
school was
accent.
teasing me for that. वंदना तेरे पर बटे कॉफी क्यों मंगाई? मैं इतना परेशान हो गई थी उस चीज से.
The girl was wearing dangri and she just says, "आप बट बाबा सूट तेरी ने क्या माई हुई?" That was very funny. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
Akansha.
Sorry, Akansha. In Himani's defense, the non-Gujarati folk over here who cannot understand the movie references at all, you have to watch it. तुमको नहीं समझ में आता, तुमको हिंदी आता है, तुमको गुजराती समझ में आ जाएगा. That movie is very nice. And if Himani would not have mentioned it, I would have. But yeah, epic film.
But here goes. पर वो नहीं मानी ना, नहीं मानी वो.
कोई बात नहीं. Akansha, sorry, go ahead.
जोक भी कंप्लीट करने नहीं दिया. हाँ आकांक्षा, प्लीज गो अहेड.
I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I was thinking of three movies. उसमें बोल बच्चन और अतिथि तुम कब जाओगे was done. But this third movie, I thought nobody will pick. So just throwing it into the mix, it's not slapstick or anything. It's Chalo Dilli. It has a lot of fun moments. ऐसे कोई you'll not keep laughing or anything, but you'll keep chuckling. Like just because of the weird pairing of Vinay Pathak and Lara Datta, and both of them have acted really well. Also, उसमें एक heartwarming element है where they keep trying to go back to Delhi, but कुछ ना कुछ होते रहता है. And finally, when they reach, he forgets something in the car, and Lara Datta goes to his house and understands that his wife is like terminally ill, but still he's able to laugh so much. So all that just really ties everything together. So that was one movie I thought nobody will pick. So just putting that also under an underrated comedy film.
Nice, nice. I have heard about that film. I also haven't seen that film, that the Chalo Dilli wala, which you
Oh,
talked
it's a
about.
great film.
I've heard about that film. We'll start with you, Vishwan and Vittal. Let's take a photo first because it's already 10:30. So we might have just another 15-20 minutes in our hands. So Vanshita, Ganesh, and Amya, if you just could come on camera for a while. ये तो अभी तक कहाँ चलेगी? अच्छा, my God, everyone is on camera today. भाई आज तो नहीं, इसका वंशिता तेरा कैमरा ऑन नहीं हो रहा है for some reason.
Camera is on, she's not. Like, कैमरा में कुछ issue है.
तो कैमरा के सामने
Yeah.
ब्लैक बॉक्स डाल के गई है क्या? हाँ.
नहीं
अच्छा.
नहीं, it got hanged for some reason.
Oh my God, इतना लोड दोगी मशीन को? वो मशीन है बेचारा, क्या करेगा?
Brother, take the photo, please.
देखो बेचारा. अच्छा, okay, sorry. Smile, guys. Take it.
Cool, thank you.
हाँ विशाल, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was silent for a long time because याद नहीं आ रहा था मैं क्या contribute कर सकता हूँ इस must conversation में. Then I remembered ढोल, थूक, the shop of
ऐसा नाम जो फट से निकलता हो.
पान की दुकान का नाम रखना थूक.
ये चाय बना रहा है कि तवेले से दूध लाने गया है?
It's a Priyadarshan one, ना यार.
Oh, अच्छा, I didn't know the director. Sorry, guys. But
अरे it's a signature
like,
प्रियदर्शन यार, एकदम.
It's a crazy mad film.
yeah. I just remember glimpses of it because I think I watched it during my childhood. And अभी I was recently मतलब in recent past I've not watched any like comedy sort of. I was watching drama, kind of rewatching Perfect Days. But yeah, this conversation got like मेरे को पीछे लगे and I remembered हाँ ढोल तो मस्त film था, मस्त. And yeah, तब पापा वो CD में लाए थे and we used to put it in the DVD player and watch it. It was so good. Yeah. Thank you for listening. ये मेरा छोटा सा bit था. Yeah.
तो तब
ये
से
मेरा
लेकर
छोटा सा
अभी
ढोल
तक
था.
कोई और कॉमेडी मूवी देखा ही नहीं.
इसको याद नहीं होगी कोई और.
ये मेरा छोटा सा ढोल था. Nice, nice.
Cool.
हाँ बेटा, बोलो.
Guys, मेरे पास genuinely underrated films हैं जो तुम लोग I don't think many of you have watched it because ये सब तो मैंने देख ही रखी थी. But there is a film called 99, Rajan DK's first film, set in Mumbai in the backdrop of 99 match fixing scandal, but it's so funny, which is like how we like the films like Om Shanti Om and all that. They're meta and they are like having Bollywood inside references. In that film, there is a doctor whose name is Munna Bhai MBBS.
Oh,
So basically, this film is so mad. So there's like full on Bollywood like trivias, and then it's based around the cricketing world. So all the boxes are checked for me. So one is this, and then there is another film which I saw very, very long back on television, which is called Tere Bin Laden. It's I think Ali Zafar's Bollywood debut, I guess. So वो film set in Pakistan, but it's an Indian film and it's very, 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 very funny, very say Punjabi funny film. So it's a crazy, crazy mad comedy. Rest तो my favorite comedy film of all time, Andaz Apna Apna, that is there on the list, but it's not underrated. It's very, very over. Now it's overrated only. So I'm not gonna talk about that. Yeah, there are three Hindi films. Rest actually अभी अगर मेरे पास एक film और देने का option हो, I watch a lot of Punjabi films because my mom is from Punjab.
is it me or no? It's okay. It's Vitals. Everyone else is moving. If
It's
it's
not you.
It's my
yeah,
turn.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
back.
yeah, you're back.
Yeah. So there is a film which is actually वो पंजाब में तो बहुत famous होगी, but I think it's I don't know if you guys know about it. It's called Carry On Jatta. Only the first part. It's super funny, super hilarious, very chaotic comedy in sense, and it's genuinely non-vulgarish and funny. Like मैं अगर वो आज भी फिल्म देख लूंगा तो मैं रो रो के हंसूंगा, मतलब इतना हंसूंगा कि मेरे को आंसू आ जाएंगे. So so that's how good that film is. Only the first part. The rest all are very bad. So yeah, you can watch it if वो तुम थोड़ा हिंदी में सबटाइटल्स का देख लोगे तो you'll understand it.
I mean, this is a thing which I like talk about, but okay. हाँ शिवम बोलो.
Okay, so my last film for this thing, for this video, basically, is I think I don't know if anyone has mentioned this. Chup Chup Ke, has anyone mentioned this?
No. Again, a
Okay.
Priyadarshan film which no one has mentioned as yet, but yes, of course.
Also not underrated, of course, but क्योंकि in my mind वो dialogue जबा जबा is literally very ऐसे घूम गया दिमाग बहुत तेज तेज, so I had to say it कि like that dialogue very very funny, that movie also very funny, not underrated. If any of you or some of you haven't watched it, please do watch it. Very funny. I would love to talk about it more later on. If anybody does want to. Okay, yes. Okay, bye. Thank you.
सही है. हाँ पंकज.
I'd just like to add something.
Yeah.
Since like I was from the TV generation, so Z Cinema did a great job of curating movies. Z Cinema and Setmax. I guess they
Yes,
did a good job.
yes.
Like every day there used to be at least one comedy movie.
Mhm.
And since this is Christmas, this is like December and Christmas season, there's a movie by Karan Gill called Christmas as Usual on Netflix. I kind of found like, okay, this could be a good movie, but the वैसी language barrier in English में है, so it didn't work that well. But it's a good
It's
watch.
Karan Gill, na?
Karan Gill, yeah. Christmas as
He
Usual.
yeah, वो he goes to his girlfriend's
Girlfriends, yeah, Norway, something like that. It's
yeah.
like how do I say? It's not funny. It's quirky.
Which movie?
Christmas
But
as Usual.
if you are watching Karan Gill, better watch Keep It Real by Karan Gill. It's super funny.
हाँ, like, if
एक
you
काम करेंगे गाइस. सो आफ्टर द सेशन में क्या करेंगे, जो एवरीथिंग सिनेमा वाला ग्रुप है उसमें वी विल पुट डाउन आवर रिकमेंडेशंस. आई विल पुट आउट अ प्रॉम्प्ट एंड जिसके भी जो जस्ट द नेम ऑफ द फिल्म्स, सो दैट इट्स सो दैट एवरीवन
Yeah,
हु
it's
कुडंट
easy.
कम फॉर द सेशन आल्सो, उनके लिए भी इट विल बिकम अ गुड रिपोजिटरी ना. सो वो कर लेंगे. दैट
perfect.
विल बी गुड.
I think I just like to add, मतलब
हाँ
towards the end, if we watch a scene also then, but if everyone like agrees to it, नहीं तो no problem.
Sure.
Any
Yes,
scene, the
Himani.
person जो सबसे पहले भेजे हुए थे.
From
Yes,
which
Himani.
Can
Sorry,
we call?
sorry. You guys were talking about something, Vittal and Pankaj.
नहीं
Sorry,
नहीं नहीं
नहीं नहीं.
let's just
Okay, okay. Yes, Himani. We can go ahead.
Yeah. Can we call Knives Out series underrated comedy? I am
I don't think
like,
it's a comedy as such. There are
Yeah.
good moments of humor. I mean, which is very much essential in elements of, I mean, in writing detective novels even. I mean, I have seen that in Sherlock Holmes. I've seen that in Feluda. That there is a character which brings out the humor. I mean, a character is. I mean, especially I won't even talk about Sherlock Holmes because of Sherlock Holmes is not native to me, and there are just some moments of humor, but in Feluda's, I mean, this Bengali
yeah.
detective series which I've grown up reading. So there is a proper introduction of a character which is maintained throughout the series, and that character is itself a personification of humor. Very gibberish sort of humor at times, or like, or I won't say even gibberish. It's very witty, very intelligent
Caricatures.
humor, actually. Yeah, and I'm not sure, like how much it gets translated across the languages because language is a huge barrier when it comes to comedy and humor
yeah.
especially because sometimes it just plays on the language, you have to humor is like that, you have to use that element. So I don't think Knives Out will I mean it's not a fair thing to consider Knives Out in we're talking about because we're talking about comedy films, right? I get your point. I get your perspective. Why it is. I mean, why you would say that because I've seen Knives Out, first part and the second part. I think there is a third one coming. So good news for
Yeah.
us. Nom nom
And
for
I think
us.
Knives
Great.
Out is not underrated if it's even if it's a comedy.
Nah, many of no
So
no 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 no.
everyone
People
has slowly kind of started talking
no,
about
the film is
not
actually underrated. The
underrated.
film is actually underrated. Hardly people know it. Hardly people
Seriously?
know. Yeah,
Man,
yeah. Hardly people know it.
that's the thing.
Like very few people know about Knives Out. Because I have seen that. And also
Oh,
people who generally keep a track over Netflix में भी बहुत ज्यादा marketing हुआ नहीं था उसका. जब आया था जिन्होंने देख लिया जिन्होंने फर्स्ट पार्ट देख लिया उन्होंने सेकंड पार्ट देख लिया. हाँ,
Hmm.
even me also, like I just bumped
yeah,
across it and watched it.
same, yeah.
I went on recommending it to so many people. पर स्टोरी पे डाल के
Sad for
मूवी
those.
देखो इतनी अच्छी मूवी है. Even
Uh,
that चलो I mean it's a let's not digress. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ganesh, guys. So as we proceed, I'd also like to know your views about that. Do you really think that? I mean, does it bother you when you watch comedies in some other language which you do not understand, or does it like, or are you like do you feel like okay with it? What's your opinion? I mean, I do not need much reasoning. I would just like to know your opinion if you can. And yes, Ganesh, you can go ahead with your thing also. Yeah.
Yeah, the best comedy movies I watched that was an I think a Indonesian or Tibetan movie called Monk and the Gun. If you haven't watched that, you should go and catch that Monk and the Gun. It's an awesome movie. You won't expect anything that's happened in the movie. It's a movie that talks about guns. It's a movie that talk about sexuality. It's a movie that talks about obviously monks.
Oh,
It's so awesome movie. You will die laughing when the movie ends. So that's one I want to mention. One other thing I wanted to mention was most of the movies that was mentioned here was South Indian remakes of Priyadarshan. Movies
yeah,
Priyadarshan remade in Bollywood. That
yeah,
you
I
know,
think he does that. I
yeah,
think
it's quite
Priyadarshan does
often.
a great job there because
Yeah.
otherwise, so many people wouldn't have known those films.
Yeah, yeah.
And kudos to the writers of those films
Mm,
because it takes a lot of deal to translate, keeping the comedies intact. Because Priyadarshan doesn't write. Priyadarshan just
mm,
direct.
yep.
So,
And one more thing, and Cheladuas was mentioned here. Cheladuas, I watched it after watching Bush, and I just remembered that the same director made Bush and Cheladuas. That was, to make a movie like Cheldos, then go ahead and make a movie like Bush is just, you
yeah,
know,
two very different
yeah,
poles apart films. Yeah,
polar opposite films.
I've seen Varsha. Yeah,
Mm.
great.
And the last question you mentioned, does it bother me to watch comedies in different languages? And I mentioned this often. My first language is not Hindi. I had to learn Hindi. When I talk in Hindi, I have to first translate that in my mind
We all
before,
do.
you know,
Even
blurting
my
that.
first language is not Hindi, so
Yeah.
yeah, even I do the same.
Yeah, more and also and sometimes it uses some things get unfunny sometimes, and but most of the times what I realized was after watching so many movies, after getting used to the languages and after speaking with a lot of people, Hindi comedies became much more easier to laugh or grasp or understand. And like that, I am now more used to Bengali comedies, some Gujarati also somewhat I started, but Punjabi sometimes I haven't yet gotten used to Punjabi movies. I have to go back and read the subtitles to understand if it is a joke or not. Yeah, so yeah, the language barrier is still there, but as I watch a lot of movies, it gets a bit more easier to understand the comedy or understand if it is a good joke or a bad joke even. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, before I proceed with others, uh, so there are few comedies which we have grown up with, like especially I have grown up with, very old age comedies, the classic Hindi comedies, and I'm not going into the classic Bengali comedies, of course, no point, but the classic Hindi comedies like Chupke Chupke and Golmaal, the original Golmaal, not the Rohit Shetty ones. So
छोटी सी बात.
Choti Si Baat and
जाने भी दो यारो.
I was going to Jane Bhi To Yaro is more of a satire. I mean, of course, I love the humor element in
आभार
that.
अच्छी.
Yeah, and one movie which I wanted to mention was Angur. There's this beautiful
Oh,
film called Angur. It's by Gulzar.
yes.
Again, it's an adaptation of an English novel and a Bengali novel, and I mean, there is a drama by Shakespeare which was adapted into a Bengali novel by a Bengali writer, and there is a Bengali film about that, and then there is a Gulzar adapts that Bengali film into a Hindi film. So it's a long, and there are many more adaptations of that. If you see Angur, you will understand immediately which film or which novels I'm talking about. You can just Google up. Uh, so those are the I mean a few films which I would really like to recommend. One more class of films. It's almost like a chapter of films. Uh, and Charlie Chaplin, I think many of us have seen or many of us have heard. I grew up along with Charlie Chaplin. I grew up with Charlie Chaplin, of course, since my very young age, thanks to my thanks to the kind of family I was like born in. And there was this one more set of characters which was called Laurel and Hardy. I'm not sure if
Yes.
many people have heard about it. Yeah, I think there was one more session where we were talking about Laurel and Hardy. So there's one guy, one which is like a guy which is like a little thin and a guy which is a little less thin. So there's this pair of guys, and and they also have a series of films. Like Charlie Chaplin has a series of films, right? Like there's a series of films, and they are blind in black and white, and they're mostly mime. So they are like the actions and the captions which come in between. But it's absolutely delightful. It's absolutely delightful. I've seen a lot of Laurel and Hardy films. It's not as famous as Charlie Chaplin, so that is one very truly underrated कॉमेडी फिल्म. एक और मूवी थी यार, हाँ, खूबसूरत द रेखावार.
Yes.
खूबसूरत द रेखावार. It's a beautiful, purely beautiful film. Recent में तो I mean underrated comedy. The Priyadarshan ones, of course, they are not underrated. I mean, most people know about it. If few people don't, they are underrated. I'm sorry. Most people know about Priyadarshan comedies, and जिनको पता नहीं है तो they are living in some other world.
Wow.
If you are like lived in Hindi mainstream 2000s, Priyadarshan was rising in boom, and thanks to him, we actually have gotten so many good comedies. Malamal Weekly, Bhagam Bhag, Bhera Feri, then of course Bulbulaiya.
Bulbulaiya, yeah.
Yeah,
Take
and
the Rajan.
so many. Yeah, there are so many. I mean, it's an endless list of films. Welcome. So like there are like so many films. Uh,
Welcome is
but
not him.
वेलकम इज नॉट प्रियदर्शन ना. हाँ सॉरी सर, अरे वो अक्षय कुमार का फैक्टर प्लीज. सब एक्टर्स सेम एक्चुअली ना. यू सी देयर
Yeah.
इज स्टेपल कास्ट. अक्षय कुमार, परेश रावल,
Anil Kapoor.
then a few other guys, Manoj Joshi. Yeah, हाँ. So and especially प्रियदर्शन की फिल्म्स में तो you see a lot of, हाँ sorry वेलकम इज अनीस बाज़मी. Yeah, sorry.
Anis Basmi.
Yeah, प्रियदर्शन की फिल्म्स में तो you see a lot of staple actors being continuously.
Manoj Joshi everywhere.
Yeah, Manoj Joshi, that lady who died, yaar, the lady who plays uh, the Janki Bua in Bhool Bhulaiya. She passed away a few years ago. She's there in Malamal
Oh
Wiki as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, that girl, yeah.
Yeah, she's there in Malamal. So when you see a scene, you almost know it's a Priyadarshan. Asrani. Asrani is also
Asnani also died, yeah.
in the few years. I think I've been quite disappointed with Bollywood
Same.
because I cannot remember a good out and out comedy film. I was very disappointed by personally. I did not like Musgao Express at all. I was like, there's no writing. It's just it felt like the film was trying to very encash very much on like nostalgia and that the friendship factor, which was going nowhere. Except that except Chaya Kadam and Pratik Gandhi, I did not even like Avinash Tiwari in it, and I like his acting generally. And I was like, क्यों करवा रहे हैं इस role से? The Vendu felt so forced. The act, like the
Yes.
female actors were like of no use almost. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I
Bar
feel
is
very.
so low that even something which is mildly good is
I don't know यार
considered
मतलब
very
मैं
funny.
मैं literally ऑफिस बंक करके मतलब सेकंड हाफ बंक करके मैं मूवी देखने गया था. I was training or
Office,
didn't have work, so I was like चलो मूवी देख के आता हूँ. तो I was
office
like,
and
I was
bunk.
very 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 disappointed by the film. Mm. Anyhow, but
Yeah.
yeah, again about that comedy is getting lost in translation. I think it genuinely happens sometimes when the comedy is dialogue based. If the comedy is action based, like for a movie like Avisham, it came out in
Yeah.
Malayalam last year. For those who have seen it, those who have not seen it, please go and see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like laughing like hell in a theater packed with Malayalis and only by
Yeah.
reading subtitles. And I did not have to read, you don't have to read subtitles even to understand. So when it comes to films like that, you can enjoy comedy across any languages. So I don't think language remains a barrier at that point of time. But if the comedy is language driven, which is uh, based on for example, a film like Chupke Chupke, if you do not understand Hindi, where he does the word plays, when he does the things, how is that humor is going to translate to you? Right. I think that becomes a deal breaker. Language becomes a deal breaker if you have to understand like what kind of comedy is it also. It's like because we see Charlie Chaplin all the times. I mean, Charlie Chaplin is one of the biggest examples that language can also be not a barrier. But yeah, I think I spoke too much considering the entire session. Yes, Saman,
No issues, my
you
dear.
wanted to
Yeah.
add something. We're talking
So,
about languages
yeah,
barrier.
I mean, I feel beyond how good a joke is or how funny an action is, there is another genre of comedy we're neglecting, which is how funny a situation is, how funny a situation can be.
Yeah.
And if a funny situation is present in a language cinema, in a cinema of a different language, and you are hooked to that situation from the start, and then you want to keep watching as that situation unfolds. हाँ, जोक्स सारे ट्रांसलेट ना हो, बट सिचुएशन इतनी फनी है कि भाई बंदा होप्ड है मूवी देखने में.
Yeah, I think that is another like it's I think it is same as like action based things. I mean, how your actions are translated, not the words.
Yeah,
Same thing,
but
same
उसमें
thing.
भी हाँ, not
Uh,
not not exactly the same, but yeah, situation is different from like मैंने कुछ like Charlie Chaplin does a funny action वो भी होता है. ये मैं situation की बात कर रहा हूँ. Like for example, I'll give you like 3 to 4 examples of comedy movies I've watched in different languages, but in which the situation is so funny that you hooked from the start and you want to watch it till the end, and you are hooked. Quality भी उस film की वैसी है. So one is in Tamil, Super Deluxe.
yeah, Super Deluxe is an awesome film.
Yeah, Super Deluxe, such a good example of
Yeah, exactly.
4 very funny situations that have happened.
Right, right.
Yeah. Second one is this movie. It's the Malayalam translation I cannot say properly, but it translates to Guruvayur Mandir ke samne. Just
Guruvayur
Google.
Ambalanadayil.
Yes, yeah. Guruvayur, yeah. Thanks. So basically, the small plot of the movie is that there is a wedding happening, and the guy who's getting married, his ex is now a sister-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah. And he has such a good dynamic with his brother-in-law. He's trying to preserve that dynamic while trying to make the marriage happen. There's also a subplot कि भाई शादी करनी है नहीं करनी है क्या मैं तोड़ के चला जाऊं, something like that is going on. And then if I would honestly very much recommend that movie because the ending is so much like a Priyadarshan movie, like the old school Priyadarshan जहाँ पे बिल्कुल हलचल अगर आपने देखी है,
Yeah, of
so
course.
हलचल में जैसे
Yes.
एंडिंग होता है बिल्कुल chaos मचा है and then finally everything gets resolved. That is such a great movie in that sense. If you're interested, you can even just skip the whole movie, just watch the ending. It's like crazy as fuck, but don't skip the movie.
Nice, nice. We have to initiate this group chat after the session. This may be
Yeah,
everyone should go and religiously put your recommendations.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. The
I'll
other
initiate.
one, I haven't seen the movie, but it's a good Gujarati movie, Trisha on the Rocks. Yeah. So even in that, the the movie, the plot of the movie is that this girl spends the night with a bootlegger, and now she's trying to find that bootlegger again because she has fallen in love with him
Oh my
or
God.
whatever. Yeah.
Crazy.
तो
So
उधर आपको
yeah,
पता चलता है ड्राई स्टेट नहीं है.
हाँ, वो that is the comedy, right? That is the supreme, right?
एक्चुअली दैट मूवी इज वेरी मतलब एक बार देख लो झेल लो. मूवी में ज्यादा कुछ खास नहीं है, नहीं एक्चुअली नहीं है. बट ठीक है, अगर आपको जानना है कि
मैं
हमारे पास भी दारू
मैंने
है.
देखी, हाँ मैं दारू गुजरात में भगवान की तरह है, सब जगह मिलती है बस दिखते नहीं
Ooh,
है.
Samarth is an underrated comedian.
Yeah, this is good. It took me a while to understand, like, Bhagwan acha dena, okay,
Crazy
nice.
man.
So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
the other
Thanks,
one,
thanks,
yeah,
sir.
the other movie is there's this movie, Hong Kong based movie. It's called Love in a Puff. So the
Okay,
plot of the movie is that in the 2008-2009 period, the government of Hong Kong banned smoking indoors. So now people had to gather outside and get the sutta break. And now people are gathered outside around a tapri or around a waste bin or something, and two people meet and they fall in love, and that's the plot ki bhai. And it ends at such a weird note where they are stocking up cigarettes. The last scene is like that, where they're stocking up on cigarettes and then they meet again and they like the climax. It's a kind of a happy ending kind of movie. But it's a good movie. It's on Netflix. I mean, you guys should definitely check it out.
Oh, nice.
nice, nice. Everybody should do the WhatsApp chat activity after the session. Ask sir, Mr.
So from like regarding the question that you asked, right, whether
Right.
like language is a barrier or not, but like I feel it also depends a lot on the actors performing the scenes and how they build up the situation. So for me, I feel that I really like the Malayalam situations, like how Malayalam cinema में जैसे situations को they make and they do a dialogue delivery. I think it's kind of funny. And even if I'm not understanding the language, seeing that whole situation and the acting, it really makes it like maybe funny or something. So I think it's the acting which should be given credit. So yes.
Right, right. I'll give you a very classic example. Since you brought Malayalam films, so Bhool Bhulaiya, the original one,
Uh-huh.
Manichitra Tarak. It's actually in Malayalam, and uh, Fahad Fasil's dad was the director of the film. Priyadarshan was an AD in the film, uh, for that film. So I've seen both. I mean, of course, I've seen Bhool Bhulaiya, of course, and I've gone back and seen Manichitra Tarak, of course, because Shobna, and I'm a huge Shobna fan. So भूल भुलैया में ना, there are places where you do not need to understand the language. You just can feel the comedy. It just translates across the screen. But there are places also where the line becomes very important. For like I'm probably laughing because I know the Hindi line वहाँ पे क्या है. It's almost same. I know now, and I read the subtitles, of course. But if my conscious mind says me that like, if you do not have known that line, you would have broken into the laughter like that. So it's Yeah, second unit director. Yeah, yeah. He was one of the assistant directors or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, but
And I'm
for
totally
someone who
with,
does stand up, let's listen. So
yeah, that's why I'm totally with Arnab because it's very language specific. If you are the thing is more around the how the joke is constructed, like obviously the thing is constructed, because I've faced these situations many a times when I have to
right.
I went for an gig, and there was the whole crowd was uh, like there was Germans sitting like Germany, and like people from like another places sitting around, and they didn't know a word of Hindi, and I was like, okay, now is the tough situation I have to face. But then, yeah, it's very, very difficult to translate everything in their like the language. But then, as per the situation-based things, I think there is a recent film that came in, like not really long back. It's like this year only. I think in September or somewhere. Sue from Sue. It's a very good Kannada film. I went to watch it randomly just because I thought, okay, it's a funny film. And that film was genuinely funny, but I was laughing just because the whole theater was laughing. So I thought I got to know, okay, there is a joke coming in, and that's why even reading subtitles, I was creating that image, or the constructing that joke around in my head. If I were watching that film alone, I was like, okay, I'm not able to get that joke, but it was more situational. So many times I could really understand what the situation was. But yeah, it's very very language specific is a thing in terms of when you want to like uh, like throw in a joke. For every other thing, as the chat was going on, you can like switch, like just read the subtitles and you'll see the world around. It's all true, but it's for drama or like history or any crazy mad films. But I think for comedy, it's very rooted, very earthy. Even you guys would not really like a Punjabi film, which is very in Hindi subtitles, and even if you know Hindi, it's very similar toning because it's not on the joke. It's very much on the rootedness of the village areas and how things function around in that spectrum. So it won't land with many of you guys if you're not from up north. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, I would just like to add on the point of Vittal because I wanted to share in the group uh, for you guys to watch Sue from So when it released because it was a wonderful movie. But I didn't because I thought not everybody would understand this. It is very language and region specific kind of movie.
Yes.
So I thought it's kind of maybe if they find they would if they watch it that would be funny. But I just didn't want to like recommend anyone. Yeah. In terms of that, yeah, I would agree with what Vital was saying. Yes.
Now, in my case now, okay, I'm not bragging, but I watch a lot of comedy, so I can understand the gist of comedy because I perform also now, so I have to watch all to like copy. No, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
definitely.
No,
Not,
no,
but
no,
not
oh,
every.
no, I'm not copying anything, buddy. I'm my own joke writer. But yeah, like I
But
have watched a lot of comedies in like even the specials in English, Hindi, and mostly in English and Hindi. But yeah, even in like I've watched a few in other languages just to grasp how they are creating a joke. So that's why I can get it. But like easily not, it's not very easily translated to everybody. If you're not watching many things, how the jokes are getting constructed, it won't land with you. It's very, very difficult to get that in.
Right, right, exactly. I mean, that is the thing which has. There is this one film in Malayalam, which is called Jallikattu. It's not a comedy film,
Yes, yes,
but
yes, I've seen.
yeah, but it has such good. I mean, it's not an out and out comedy film, but there are so many well-rounded elements of humor in it, and it stands true for the entire film, not only the comedy part. The film is so well written, and the cinematography and the sound design is so amazing. It was one of the Oscar entries, I think,
Yeah.
that you can understand the entire film without even like knowing one word of Malayalam and like not reading any subtitle. It's as clean and transparent as that. So there are so many scenes in that film. I remember. I mean, like there's this one particular scene where there is this protest going on, and one group is from one. I mean, there are two political parties fighting over that village tussle which is happening, and there comes this guy dancing from somewhere with a small those like local bomb kind of a thing, and just lands on the dhoti of the guy. I remember me and my friends used to just like go back and forth in that scene just to play that. It's like a 10-second scene probably. But it got such a good comedy in it. The way the guy comes and like puts the bomb in the guy's dhoti and he jumps and the repercussions which happen. So it comes out very fluently without any effort. Because you don't need dialogues for that, now. Yeah, yes, Pankaj.
I just like to add something on the language thing. Like you said, like where there aren't any word that you don't need any translation. So in those case, you don't the language doesn't really matter. But like I'd say like comedy or humor in general is like a paradox. The more you try to understand it, the less funnier things become for you. So
Oh,
like if you I've watched any movie that I've seen and I've like enjoyed it thoroughly. If I see it from a third perspective, like third person's lens, I will feel like, why is this person finding it funny? Like this has happened to me. Like let's take the case of Bhojpuri movies. Damn funny, and especially in the antics and how they speak and uh, like tracing this story from the roots because there used to be just one TV. And let's say if someone is really enjoying that Bhojpuri movie and somehow like I'm not very I don't know all the words or all the lines, but I somehow know that somewhere the punchline is coming. So I can anticipate that हाँ यहाँ पे joke आने वाला है. And somehow I'm not finding it funny, but I know when to laugh. And somehow everyone else laughing and the sound also playing in that section, not hurting any friends fans, but that whole laughing as well creates kind of like humor because it's quite contagious as well. So that is the
yeah.
whole thing with humor. It's very contagious, and you just need it's like a domino effect. Once you set it out, uh, until like if it's truly like if it's truly not understandable, I guess till that point, not everyone will love. But let's say if two people, if a man falls down, like any language, any person will laugh. But uh,
Exactly.
while
No, no,
laughing,
true,
if
true,
there's a
very true.
small joke or hint,
Someone
then
mentioned Super Deluxe. No, I think Super Deluxe maybe there are
haha.
situations and there are scenes which are. I mean, you are supposed to laugh in that. I mean, you don't need to understand Tamil. You can just like bust out.
Yeah.
But you miss that nuances. You that person who
Yeah,
knows
of
the
course,
language,
of
that
course,
what
of
he'll
course.
catch. Yeah.
जैसे हिंदी में देखो ना भूल भुलैया में there are so many dialogues which has that comic punch. हाँ तो कहाँ से काटेगा पेड़ से? तो if you do not know कहाँ से काटेगा पेड़ से, how will you know that? हेरा फेरी में किसी में तो है ना ये लाइन की कहाँ से काटेगा पेड़ से? हाँ वो
इन
काट के मुझे दे.
भूल भुलैया में वो है कि इतना सूसू लाते कहाँ से हो?
हाँ इतना तो लाते कहाँ से
Uh,
हो और रखते
हमें तो
कहाँ
नहीं
पे
आता
साला
यार.
तुमने करा है? How will I like I
Yeah.
know the
that
Malayalam version is also speaking a very similar thing, but uh, I know it because I'm enjoying it more because I've seen the Hindi one.
Yeah.
but that you
Because
don't need any language for that Coleman में
yeah,
आया
yeah, yeah.
आया and then he adds as the phone.
Because मैंने मनुचित्र तारा ना मैंने थिएटर में देखा है. It re-released last year, I think last year. हाँ. I went to the theaters and I was understanding the difference between the crowd and me because they were almost preceding into the laughter, which is obvious because they know the humor there. मुझे जब वो सीन आ रहा है मैं ट्रांसलेशन समझ के I'm laughing. I'm also enjoying because but I could feel the difference ना. हाँ yes वंदना and Jitendra. We'll wrap up after that officially.
I mean, I also wanted to say same thing. मुझे लगता है सिर्फ एक्शन है, अगर वही साइलेंट कॉमेडी है तो फिर ठीक है, मजा आ रहा है. बट इफ वैसा नहीं है तो फिर आई थिंक लैंग्वेज मैटर्स फॉर मी एटलीस्ट. मेरा बैटरी लो है गाइस, मैं कभी भी आपको बाय बाय कह सकती हूँ.
तुम्हारा बैटरी लो है, तुम्हारे लैपटॉप का बैटरी लो है?
मेरे लैपटॉप का बैटरी लो है। सो अब मुझे याद आया, मैंने साइलेंट कॉमेडी में ये सब टीवी पे एक सीरियल आता था, गुटर गू करके।
या
हाँ, या। तो मुझे वो अच्छा लगता था, मुझे वो एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छा लगता था कि वो वही सिर्फ एक्शन थे एंड उससे लाइक मजा आती थी मुझे कि अदर अदर देन दैट आई मुझे मुझे मेरे कंफर्ट लैंग्वेज में ही कॉमेडी देखना अच्छा लगता, कॉमेडी नहीं कोई भी, मुझे मेरे कंफर्ट लैंग्वेज में ही देखना अच्छा लगता है। सो दैट इज जस्ट मी। मुझे मुझे नहीं लगता, मुझे इतना दिमाग नहीं लगाना इस चीज पे कि मैं पहले पढ़ूं फिर मैं समझूं।
राइट।
सो या दैट इज मी। बट ठीक है, आप लोग को अच्छा लग रहा है तो।
Oh, exactly. I mean, obviously, to his own zone. I'm just, like trying to understand the perspectives, what, who feels what about comedies, because we're talking about comedies and
Yeah.
underrated comedies, of course. हाँ, yes, Jiten.
Okay, so I just remember the movie called Taxi Number 911.
Ah,
That was
Crazy.
quite epic at that time
yeah.
because it had a very weird combination of Nana Patekar and John Abraham, and it was not an out and out comedy, but yeah, it had a very much comedy flavor in that, and yeah, I remember that. That was one of the good
Yeah,
movies, I
serious
guess.
actor doing comedy is very funny in itself.
Yeah,
Just like Padosan. Uh, this guy, Sunil Dutt
Sunil
was in
Dutt,
that, na?
yeah. But
Uh,
yeah, Nana Patekar has his own style of doing things, right? And that was kind of funny as well. Oh, okay, apart from that, there was a movie called Filmistan. If anybody
yeah.
has seen that,
Yeah.
that was a wonderful movie, I guess. I think the Family Guy, JK is the main guy in that, I
Yeah,
guess.
Sare Bashman.
And the funny thing I remember is how they argue about who is better in between Sachin Tendulkar and Shahid Afridi. That was like when he says Shahid Afridi is the best, if in his face you can see like how it dies, like how
ज्यादा नहीं हुए भाई.
the logic how it dies in himself. That was one of the funniest things.
Yeah.
Apart from that, okay, last this Malayalam movie called uh, Nandan Case Kodu. But like it is basically translated to if
ഇന്നാത്താൻ പോയി
so,
കേസ്
sue
കൊടു.
me. Ganesh, yeah, South
Sorry,
Indian
sorry.
represent. It is a wonderful movie if you guys haven't seen it. So I'll just maybe I'll share it later in the but
In
this
the
is
group,
how it's
yeah.
spelled. It's
Nanda.
basically a robber who has left his profession but gets caught up in a robbery case which he hasn't done. And it is a Malayalam film, and you know how it goes. Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And also, one of the funniest things in that is it's a court case basically against an MLA or MLAs. It's a court case basically. It goes on for many years. So they show the period of uh, uh, the the time lapse. How it happens is by showing the uh, not showing the date, but showing the rate of petrol in that present day when the particular scene is going on. So it goes on for many years. So petrol is start from like 76, 86 and goes on to 110, above 100. So yeah, that was wonderful. Yeah, these three things, I guess. Chalo, that's all from me.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
That's my time, guys.
Yeah, that's your line.
Very, very common in stand-up.
Yes.
Cool यार.
Nice, nice. I think,
Guys, वैसे ना मेरे को एक दो फिल्म अभी भी याद आई, मतलब अभी भी याद तो नहीं है, मैंने बहुत देखी है, बट आई थिंक if you have seen this film Oye Lucky Lucky Oye and Khosla Ghosla, Diwakar
yeah, I
खोसला
was
का
surprised.
Rastogi.
घोसला।
I
Underrated.
thought somebody would recommend Khosla Khosla. Nobody recommended.
Yeah, I thought
तो मुझे
it's
लगा कि सबको
very,
पता है Khosla
हाँ
Khosla.
वही कि सबको पता है, बट आई डोंट नो कि इतना नहीं पता है.
समवन वॉच
खोसला,
मेरे डैड की मार, अच्छा सॉरी,
नहीं नहीं,
Oh
हाँ देखी
yeah,
है, मैंने
it
देखी है,
was a
बट
good movie.
इट्स
ओकेश।
Oh,
नॉट गुड,
for that time.
क्या
बॉर्डर
बात
लाइन
बोल दिया,
नॉट गुड.
क्या बात बोल दिया विठल भाई, क्या बात बोल दिया आप.
फॉर व्हाट?
तू ये खोसला का खोसला देखा है, तुझे रेफरेंस समझ नहीं आ रहा है?
अच्छा अच्छा, सॉरी. मैं अभी दिमाग मेरा मेरे डैड के मारुति वाले रेफरेंस में चला गया,
अच्छा अच्छा।
वो ऑन नहीं हो रही अभी।
हाँ बट
बट नहीं यार,
कोसला का
इट्स
कोसला इज एक्चुअली वन ऑफ दोस अंडररेटेड कॉमेडीज,
क्रेजी
एक्चुअली
क्रेजी
बहुत
फिल्म।
लोगों ने नहीं देखा है। आई मीन आई थिंक एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में बहुत लोगों ने देखा है, आई एम नॉट श्योर ऑफ कोर्स।
आई मेट दिबाकर, मैंने उससे बात भी की थी, एंड ही इज फैन ऑफ कोसला कोसला, एंड
या
एवरीबडी लाइक
आई थिंक
जो
शुड बी
उस
आल्सो फर्स्ट फर्स्ट फिल्म है यार,
या
थोड़ा तो मतलब फर्स्ट फिल्म थोड़ा स्पेशल तो
या
पहले का अनुभव थोड़ा सा मतलब
इट्स
अलग होता है
वो
हमेशा।
लकी only didn't work because of like this 26/11 attacks happened a week
Okay.
before it's
अच्छा अच्छा।
but like
आई थिंक देयर इज वन मोर फिल्म, लव शफ्त चिकन खुराक।
हाँ,
Yeah.
that also came in that year नहीं, वो
आई
इतना
थिंक
लेट
आई
आया।
मीन इट केम आफ्टर खुसला का खुसला, दैट मच आई
No,
श्योर।
it came very late in
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
2013।
मतलब बाद में आया था।
Uma Qureshi and this guy ना,
कुणाल कपूर।
Kunal Kapoor, yeah.
या
Crazy भाई, it's a good film, yeah. It's वही वैसी फिल्म्स हैं जो it's very पंजाबी
हाँ
in
हाँ
translated
हाँ,
to Hindi, because
राइट।
it's set in rural Punjab,
हाँ
having those that पूरा जो उसका सिचुएशन है, because their situations are shit। कुछ नहीं है सिचुएशन, वो बस
हाँ,
वो
वही वही।
हंसी आने के लिए है, तो ऐसे सिचुएशन एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते, बट नाउ अजय देवगन डोंट डू। वैसे सबसे अच्छा कॉमेडी एक्टर इज एक्चुअली सलमान इन हिज प्राइम, एंड हाँ, बस सलमान इन हिज प्राइम वाज द बेस्ट, लाइक प्राइम मतलब लाइक व्हेन ही वाज यंग एंड नॉट हिटिंग पीपल। तो तब ही वाज वेरी गुड इन लाइक दिस कॉमेडी। उसने अंदाज अपना अपना किया, पर अंदाज अपना अपना के अलावा भी उसने बहुत फिल्में ऐसी की जिसके अंदर बेसिक बेसिक गुड कॉमेडी थी।
Comedy. Yeah.
क्यों इवन हम आपके हैं कौन के फर्स्ट पार्ट इज अ वेरी गुड कॉमेडी, मतलब देयर इज अ
हाँ
लॉट ऑफ
या
कॉमेडी एलिमेंट्स, बहुत
इवन
कॉमेडी
इन
एलिमेंट्स।
दिस फिल्म ना,
Just
काजोल, द फिल्म विद काजोल, प्यार किया तो
हाँ प्यार
डरना
किया तो डरना
क्या।
क्या, राइट एग्जैक्टली। सलमान
वेरी
खान
वेरी
has
वेरी
done
फनी
good
फिल्म,
comedy
वेरी फनी फिल्म।
in his good part of the career.
या इज व्हेन ही
Ish.
वाज
Ishq movie is also good. Like वो भी थोड़ा कॉमेडी है।
oh
हाँ बट उसमें अच्छा सलमान
इश्क
खान अच्छा।
ना इश्क और
सदाशिव अमरकोरकर
नहीं,
है ना।
सलमान खान नहीं है उसमें।
नहीं नहीं
नहीं
नहीं,
नहीं
अजय
नहीं नहीं,
देवगन
she
एंड
just
अजय
आमिर।
देवगन,
she just yeah she just
अजय
took some
नाम
links
है।
and she went to the office।
Yeah,
हाँ चलेगा, अच्छा she only dropped।
उसका
चलो
बैटरी
कोई बात
डाउन।
नहीं। Yeah, it's 11:10।
चलो गाइस,
I hope
लेट्स लाफ।
everybody got I hope everybody got like scope to speak and talk, and Vanchita ने कुछ नहीं बोला। Vanchita, you didn't talk about
नहीं,
any of the films।